Paul Gordon, Tom Hitchcock. How are you?
My pleasure. Nice to see you.
Mate, that's a very friendly face you got there. That's a very strong accent. Whereabouts is the accent from?
I'm though many people over here in Denmark say, "So you're American?" I say, "No, I'm not American. I'm from New York. It's different."
Well, that's the term for the Yank, isn't it? Really, that's where it comes from there. But everyone's got their banter, which we call each other. So, whereabouts you based at the moment, Paul?
I live on the northern coast of Denmark, about an hour northwest of Copenhagen, in a little fishing village, 3 minutes from my daily swim at our lovely beach.
That sounds wonderful. I don't think I need to ask the question, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Why there?
Mm.
Ah, got ya.
I my wife and I met and fell in love when we were each performing in I was in my own company traveling around the world, and she was in a company from here. She's Danish. And we met and fell in love when we were 26, and we couldn't make it work until 21 years later. So life is a fascinating beast, and I'm delighted to now, be with her. These are her paintings in the background. She makes very large scale uh, work for sale, for theaters, for films, for life. It's wonderful and vibrant, and she's a real badass.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's a good background. Yeah. And it makes for a nice change from the automated, I'm on a desert island or in the middle of the snow somewhere.
Well, I don't believe in those. And this current world, there are lots and lots of people who do all sorts of things that run contrary to the principles that I uphold. So I teach the opposite, and I'm glad you pointed out. This is an example of something that it can be very, very different for you or for anyone else. But suffice it to say that we have an ability to actually do for us and for everybody else what our true wish about ourselves can support. So my wife's art is an inspiration to me, and it's a creative influence upon everything that I just kind of whoosh into existence. So what you're seeing behind me is not something meticulously crafted, but in fact, it demonstrates something I really, really hold near and dear and serves me for that reason, right?
Okay. I like all that. But I want to pick on your words slightly here, if I may.
Yeah.
Do it anyway. All right. You talked about we mentioned about the fallacy backgrounds and it goes against your principles. Okay. All right. And it's something that you teach. So I want you to share what those principles are and where you were going with that.
So you have a natural background behind you, which is good. And you also have your I don't know what it is about the color purple, but I am positive that you have determined this. So you have a particularly zesty affinity for purple. And as such, that's your brand, that's the name, and there's a color. Very clear, very simple, and in a way activating because purple is, actually I enjoy that. So when we think about what it means to actually offer something to other people, there is this common understanding in the business world that is, to my way of thinking, exceedingly sophomoric, perhaps infantile. Offer something that shows me as a professional, offer something that shows me as someone to be taken seriously, offer me something that is a no-brainer. And actually, what we can do is offer the other, the person viewing us, an example of a certain series of components of us that might be tangential to what they would see as, oh wow, this is crystal clear, this is a no-brainer, I get this person, it's easy, I don't have to think. And I think actually, because everybody in the world is more complex than that we can place certain things in our background, and this is just our background. We can place certain things in our background that actually offer people an opportunity to do something that a lot of people say is a little too much, which is give people something that makes them think in another direction and has them quote unquote multitasking while they're watching us. Now, we can absorb a, a myriad of items and information while we're talking with each other and not be distracted by the fact that we're actually talking about something we need to talk about. We can see something in the background here, whatever it is. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, I noticed that thing. What is that thing? Oh, I can see it. And still piece together the main line of a conversation. So we have been told to speak to people like they are in third grade. And we have been told to speak to people to remain on point, to serve a certain mission without actually folding in some of the other humanistic qualities that people can use, demonstrate, employ, and actually still maintain an understanding that we are on conversation. We do have a certain understanding of who we are in the larger world, and it does incorporate other parts of a person as a person. Does this make sense?
It certainly does, and it's interesting to listen to because these are observations that not necessarily everybody will pick up on. But you are quite right. We are moving in a direction where we need to dumb down our dialogue so we get the desired outcome that we're after. Okay.
Right.
So the no brainer actually is sitting in the hands of of the vendor. It's in their interests to do this. Let's make it simple so it's a small decision. Whereas a true no-brainer is the other way round. It's the other way round, and the customer is right, and they've worked it out for themselves, and we don't need to be dumbing this stuff down.
Right. We don't need to dumb things down in lots of different ways. So this is part of what I'm coming from. Or actually, I want to tell you one thing because here we are talking about what I truly believe. Now, I have spent an enormous amount of time performing around the world, having created my own work, my own way, by my own rules. And I love doing it that way. I have found that actually finding what I really, really love and going deep into that stuff so that I truly ask the questions, what do I truly love and what do I need to express, allows me to be able to let shit rip in an important way. And certain people will groove with that. And when people resonate with that stuff, then we have something that we really, I'm talking to exactly the right person. Now, anybody can do that as long as they understand the power of the sort of, here we are on video, and the power of the theatrical principles that are incorporated into video presentation of any concept that you truly believe in are the same ones that you can use on a stage, in a live stream, in a webinar, in just this conversation. And then we can extrapolate further and we can say that when you know what you really want to say in your life and you get out of your own way, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. If you get out of your own way and say what you truly mean in your life with other people, as long as you're saying it with compassion, you can serve as an influence and a bastion for every example that all of the people you hold near and dear to you will use to raise their lives up in life, not in business, in more than just business. So these are excellent practice tools. Now, the whole thing is that most people, you and me included, have a series of obstacles that we have allowed to get in our own way and been doing it. Everybody watching this, you have been doing that to yourself since you were little. You have the same issues, the same possible four issues as everybody else: mommy issues, daddy issues, inner self critic issues, and peer issues. And you learned how to limit yourself from the time you were very small. We all have. And learning how to actually get out of your own way and say what you truly mean requires understanding and relearning and recontextualizing your own process of self expression. That
Okay.
makes people who in a fearless badass.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you've obviously acknowledged you've had some awareness of yourself. You've acknowledged the commonality of those four components with the general population, and you've broken those chains somewhat so that you can be your best version of yourself for you and those around you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Okay. So you were traveling the world. I want to know a bit more about that, what you were doing, why, and how that was constructed.
So I inadvertently fell into performing when I was very small. I got into performing because I was the third smallest kid in my school. The first shortest was a midget. The second shortest was a dwarf. And then there was me. Back then, we didn't call them little people. This is now a no, common moniker, and it's certainly uh, better within the purview of things. But back then, midget, dwarf, then little Paulie G. I, because no self-respecting bully is going to pick on a midget or a dwarf, ended up getting picked on and bullied incessantly. I had to learn to defend myself, and although I went to two different dojos to see how I could learn defense, karate was not my thing. I liked the judo dojo right next door, and I ended up becoming a national judo champion because my natural judo champion teacher was a real badass, and I didn't even know that I was around someone who had so many national champions in the dojo. I just knew it was local. He was a fantastic guy, Walter Shumway, and he taught me discipline, and he taught me how to work really, really hard, and he was a great teacher. And he then suggested, any one of you who wants to learn how to get really fluid on the judo mat should take some dance. I inadvertently fell into taking some dance classes, and I could mimic what I saw physically. So I tried it. And I was very shy and picked on, so I was very introverted, and I had never been able to talk to girls, and being a guy in a dance class, actually, girls came up and spoke to me. So, double value added bonus. From there, I ended up finding myself enjoying dance, enjoying theater, and one thing led to another, and I ended up creating my own theater company, dance based, movement based comedy theater. And we traveled around the world for a majority of for a majority of my young adult life. Um, I built the company. I found an agent. I found another agent. I hired and fired technical staff. I learned contracts. My agents got better and stronger around the world, and then they ended up leading me. We hired a PR guy who I worked with us, and I learned that stuff, and I ended up running a company for many years, and that's something that I really love. The autonomy, the responsibility, and the ability to work with people who really, really get where you're coming from and can help you rise to the various other next levels. And these are the same principles we use in business doing any type of presentation.
Okay. All right. We don't have that much time left, unfortunately, but I do want to see what's in the pipeline for you. Do you have an agenda? Is there something coming up that you would like to share?
Um, the way I've been clarifying my this online business dealio that we're both doing is making more and more sense to me. I do this thing in a way that I refer to as a part-time, full-time gig. I uh, I I don't I don't grind, 10 hours a day. I do a certain amount of it. I attend to the various platforms that I wanna work with, and I streamline everything so that I only have to work a few hours a day, and it pays for my lifestyle. And I teach a bunch of clients in exactly the ways I love to. So, orchestrating my stuff to move into a slightly different version of what I've been working on, including a monthly newsletter and low ticket intro items, followed by value ladder ascension in my platforms, uh, making it very, very simple to filter out everybody who is not quite ready, and make it really, really clear that I'm calling the shots on who I choose to invite to work with me.
Love it. Okay. All right. So, anybody listening to this, they've enjoyed hearing the bits of your story that you have shared. Okay. And they want to see if they qualify to work with you. How would they approach you, Paul?
Well, Paul at paulgordoncoaching.com is a simple email. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm not on LinkedIn as much, but we met on LinkedIn. And on Facebook, actually, I reversed my name, so I'm Gordon Paul on Facebook. And the email's great, and from there and from the website, which is www.paulgordoncoaching.com, we can be in touch and you can learn something about me. I also have links to my YouTube and all the other happy social ways to find me there.
Love it. Brilliant. I appreciate that. And again, thank you for your time, Paul.
Truly my pleasure, man. It's nice to get to chat.
Hello again, it is I am Mr. Purple. Thanks again for watching this video. If you like my videos, if you like what we try to do here, please subscribe if you haven't done it already. The other thing that's very popular right now is the t-shirts, the Mr. Purple t-shirts. There's lots of people wearing these at the moment. You can grab yours on our website, copying this link below. So once again, thanks for listening. We love your feedback. Engage with us and speak soon.